snacks.
What it do, snackers and snackettes? It's your boy Gage. This is Loaded Snacks Weekly. I am joined on the couch by the illustrious Sincere 619.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? And play over here. The
what? What?
The NuJoker 89. Welcome, fellas.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm good, man.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Everything's gravy.
Yes, closer we get to E3, the more excited I'm getting.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I do get antsy around this time of year.
Yeah.
You know, I get antsy. I don't know if it's summertime kicking in plus E3 or what.
Well, usually for me personally, it's E3 plus my birthday. Like it's all around that same. It's all around the same time. So yeah, so I'm truly excited. Yeah.
I would be too, milestone. But anyway,
milestone.
So look, we're gonna talk a little bit about what happened this week. So there was a Rage 2 trailer got dropped, so it is official.
It's official.
We're gonna touch on that and kind of what the implications are for that, and some other E3 spoilers. A couple of other little tidbits of news, and then on the second half of the show, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our Nintendo E3 predictions for 2018. Sound like a go?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Okay. Y'all planning, I'm going. I dig it. Okay. So let's just jump right in then.
All right.
Walmart Canada last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess at this point.
Good job, guys.
Dropped a rack of information.
They dropped a ball.
We'll call it a rack. Yeah. One of the big things that was in the information for the leak that they had on their page was Rage 2.
Yep.
Yes, it was.
And for a lot of people, it was kind of like Rage 2.
It was.
Was anybody even
I wasn't even thinking
this?
Wouldn't even look. We did our Bethesda predictions.
Sure.
Wasn't on the list.
No.
Nowhere near.
No.
Nowhere.
We're already wrong.
Hey, look,
We're already wrong, bro.
I brought a break.
Yeah, you did.
Redo.
But listen,
No, right.
maybe there's a chance now. It wasn't in the Walmart leak. It ain't happening.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you're right. So we talked about last week how Bethesda and Pete Hines and those guys actually responded to Walmart, which made it seem like this is definitely a real thing.
Yeah,
like this is a legitimate thing. And lo and behold, trailer drop.
Now, did you think they dropped the trailer because of the leak? Like,
Absolutely.
you know what?
Absolutely.
Just lob it out there right now. Just get out the way.
Okay. Look, here's where I'm at. There are people who seem to be thinking that the entire thing was planned, and I'm like, you can't make them drop information about other people.
Right, but if it was just yours, hey, oops, Rage 2 just fell out or something like that. But
Luca fell out the box as I was taking it out the trailer.
Right, man. Like, what are you doing? So no, I don't think this was planned. I definitely think this is them leaning into it and go, look, cat's out of the bag. We might as well lean into it. What better way for us to go ahead and steal some spotlight for us?
Yeah,
look,
going into E3, yeah.
Especially on a game like this that people weren't... It's one thing for people to be not expecting something. It's another thing... Like, people weren't necessarily expecting Beyond Good and Evil 2 last year from Ubisoft, right? So it was a very, very pleasant surprise.
I will say, I don't know if they
wanted it.
Right. People wanted it, and there's some people who might have been expecting, but people wanted it mostly.
I think people who knew were expecting it. I think for people, people have been asking for, looking for another Beyond Good and Evil.
A continuation of that world or something like that.
For years. For years, right? But when you have something like a Rage 2 that not only is nobody expecting, but also nobody's really asking for.
Right.
I think that this is really one of the best ways to drum up publicity for something that otherwise probably... I mean, I think if it had come out at E3, it still would have been like the talk of E3.
The whole thing. Like, where did this just come? Where did Rage just come from out of nowhere?
But the other question is, so they first they did the whole thing with Walmart with the Twitter thing.
Yep.
Then the day before they dropped the trailer, they did a teaser trailer for it. And then dropped the actual trailer. Okay. Now, have you both had a chance to watch the trailer?
I've seen pieces.
I watched pieces. Same here. I think I stopped it like halfway through.
Trailer looks like...
It does.
It does. It looks like...
It looks good.
So I'm super interested in what aspects they may or may not be. Like, look, Bethesda has been very good at creating single player... You know what I mean? Like
first-person experiences.
Yeah. But I'm waiting for something from them that's co-op. And this seems like the perfect opportunity for it, right? I would be super excited if at E3 what they do have to say about this is that it's co-op. Now, I would also not be surprised, given that the trailer is out, that they've gone ahead and jumped the gun and done this before E3, if this game is coming this year. Like, one of the things, because look, one of the things about that leak is that a lot of these games were games that are supposedly coming this year.
Right.
Right? Now they all have like placeholder, like 12, 31, 18, right? Yeah. So as far as days are concerned, but Bethesda is known for just being like, oh, by the way, and it's coming out in August.
No,
you know what I mean?
Bethesda's great with giving us dates.
Sure.
Like above anybody else.
When they're ready though. Like not giving us dates and be like, this will be out next year.
No, like they'd be like,
this is out March 30th.
Yeah, like you'll be playing it this year. You'll be playing it during Thanksgiving.
Right.
March. Like they're great with giving us that. Them, and I would say Nintendo might be.
They're getting much better.
You know what I mean? Like as far as
solid about not missing their
about hitting it,
hitting that target.
About when they show us stuff, having a date to go along with for the most.
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo still seems to do stuff further out. Like I think nobody right now is probably as good as Bethesda is.
No, Bethesda's number one.
Here it is at E3. You will be playing it this year
before end of the year. You're playing,
and it'll be something nobody knew was. You know what I mean? Necessarily was
like
coming.
Rage 2,
like they did with Doom.
Yep.
Like you know what I mean? Just
Fallout when that came out. Like you'll be playing this year, and here's everything you can do, and here's the whole showcase. And tonight you can play Fallout Shelter.
Right. It's but there are a couple of other interesting things about this. Okay. One, the first Rage was done by id Software.
Right.
And so from all the news that I've seen, essentially what happened is that even though the first Rage received like so-so praise, like people liked it, but it wasn't like the greatest game or whatever. But it sold enough to warrant a sequel because id was working on a sequel. But they got pulled off of that sequel to do Doom. Doom is already out. Right? And it's been out for basically a year now. It'll be a year, you know. So if they had enough time to come off of that, do Doom, complete it, put it out, and we're 6 or 7 or 8 months removed from that, right? I mean, they've released it and then also released it on Switch, right? So the question was, well, then who's working on this? And it turns out it's Avalanche Studios. Now, there are a couple things about that. Avalanche is the studio that did Mad Max.
That's why it looks very Mad Max. Okay.
Which looks, but was also pretty dope.
Mad Max was great for a Mad Max game. It should be. Right. It was perfect. I was having fun with it when I was playing it. It was dope.
Sort of underrated. Like I think it went under a lot of people's radar. Came out, you know, there's a lot of this, but again, Bethesda seems to do that kind of stuff and not really mind kind of putting something
out there and just being like...
And, you know, I think that maybe they manage their expectations in terms of sales and things like that to allow for stuff like that to go out and find a level of success that's enough for them to continue to push forward, right? But the other thing that's interesting about that to me is, and you guys can let me know for sure, I didn't have a chance to double check this, but I was pretty sure that Avalanche was the same studio that does Just Cause. Am I tripping? Look and see. Because it makes me wonder, right? Because one of the other games that's in that listing was Just Cause 4.
Avalanche Studios and published by Square Enix.
So, if in fact this is real, and any of that other stuff is also real, if there is in fact a Just Cause 4 coming, is it somebody else doing it? And if so, who?
Yeah, because we haven't seen no trailers or nothing for 4.
But we hadn't seen any trailers for Rage. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying, like, it just makes you think of that, like, seeing Rage 2 and see what's going on with that. What's going to happen with Just Cause 4?
Yeah.
Who's doing it? Oh, well, listen, so maybe it gets announced, but it's not coming out. You know what I mean? Or maybe just
how different it's going to be. How different it's going to be, like what
from the rest of the games? From
the usual form that just because I'm a Just Cause fan. They're just pure fun games. Come home, blow a bunch of stuff, have a bunch of fun. Like exactly. Like just I don't got to think about too much. Just come home, have some fun. I've had fun with them. Yes. So thinking the direction that now 4 can possibly take. Intrigues me more to wonder if that leak was real.
Yeah, it also makes me wonder whether or not, because I'll be honest with you, like, I think Just Cause is cool, but to me the setting's starting to get old, right? And so to me, one of the things that they probably should really consider with it is refreshing where they are. That whole kind of like tropical setting, jungle thing, whatever is...
I agree. My problem is that they pride themselves on having the most open world game.
Sure.
However, the problem is they don't fill in the world.
I agree.
That's their biggest problem. Yes, it's big, it's beautiful, but there's so much just random space in it. Just so much random space. Like it just that's where it falls short.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
definitely.
Absolutely, I do agree. Like let's think about expanding more and doing some new things.
So what do they do? Where do they go? What do you think? What kind of landscape? You know what I mean? Like where are we at?
It just needs to be rebuilt. Just rebuilt from the ground up. Like, have another team take a look at what's been done, seeing what's worked, take what the franchise is known for, and just rebuild the world around it. Like,
so
close it down a little bit. Like, that way you don't have so much not used space in it. You know what I mean? Like.
You think they just reboot it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh. So not a 4. Like the 4 would be wrong. I mean, clearly Forza Horizon's 5. Wrong.
So, but maybe just reboot. I think all the tools are there. Like we have fun with it for what it is. Yeah. But if you're trying to make it something new, something serious, like it's a real serious contender, reboot the franchise. Take what you've seen from other entities in third world, games and stuff like that. Like take other entities like that, look and see what they've done and how you can apply that, what you want to take from it, to what Just Cause is known for.
Right.
Do you think they would do like a Call of Duty kind of thing? Like switch off like a different studio makes it, but then instead of Just Cause 4, maybe you get Just Cause.
Maybe it's not
Just
actual Cause Armageddon or whatever.
Something like that.
Take part Just Cause, part like Batman Arkham Knight, part Sleeping Dogs, something like that. Blend them all together. You know what I mean? Like Batman, you float around on the world on your, on your bat hook and all that kind of stuff. But
but
there was always something going on. Nowhere near as big. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to shrink it down and fill the world with enough stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like so you don't have all these big open pockets of nothing to do.
That's I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's what they have to do.
I agree. I think it's interesting. I guess we'll see soon enough.
Yeah. What's going on? It is right around the corner.
Do you guys think that this means that, like the fact that an Assassin's Creed was on that list, are we getting a new Assassin's Creed this year? Or do you think it's just a DLC, right? And it just... Because all it says is Assassin's Creed.
It's either DLC or this announcement.
It could be. You know what? Maybe
it's not coming out this year. I don't believe.
You don't think Assassin's Creed gonna come out this year?
Not a new one. Not a full-fledged new one.
I don't either. I mean, I think we'll get DLC for Origins.
Yeah,
I think if there is anything that's Assassin's Creed, it will be maybe an announcement of what will come next year.
Switch?
And I think maybe some small version. Could be something for Switch. But... Another thing that happened,
the second half.
They're definitely, look, they talked about Platinum having a new game coming after Bayonetta 3. Ooh. And I think that's interesting. Something that's their own IP. One of the things they talked about was how when they're dealing with somebody else's IP, they're kind of stuck with trying to keep things a certain way or do, and this
can't branch out as much.
Yeah, this will be give them the flexibility.
You're stuck within a certain restraint.
You're in the box. You're staying there.
They want, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, absolutely. Platinum's one of my favorite companies.
Yeah,
they make probably hands down the best action games out on the market. So them having their own IP with something that's coming forward after Bayonetta, I'm a fan of Bayonetta. I'm looking forward to it.
Sure.
But knowing what's coming after that, I'm excited for it. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Something at E3.
Hopefully.
I'm hoping.
I don't think we're going to see something from that, but we'll see something from them E3.
Yeah. I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it. Look. I'm ready to talk E3.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm ready. I'm ready to talk about Nintendo.
Well, what are we waiting for?
I mean, just a break.
Just a break?
Yeah, just a break.
That's fair enough.
So we're going to take a break. And then we'll be right back so we can talk about Nintendo E3 predictions.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Cool. All right, bet.
Loading snacks.
What's going on, everybody? Your boy Sin here at AwesomeCon 2018.
AwesomeCon!
Yes, and I found myself a very talented artist I couldn't wait to show y'all. Please, sir, introduce yourself.
Thank you. Stephen Jones from Auditorium Airbrush Art and Design, and here's my booth.
Yeah, so y'all know me, I do the anime, so obviously this caught my eye when I saw it, but these are some very interesting, done-looking pieces. Explain to everybody exactly what you do here.
What I do is I do anime fine art. So basically I'll take your favorite 2D character and turn them into like a hyper-real, a photo-real picture of the person, so if they look like a cartoon, by the time I'm done, they actually look like a real person.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this since '93. I started out reading comic books and drawing on my mom's table, and then got introduced to the paintbrush, and then got introduced to an airbrush, and been mixing mediums ever since.
So what made you choose this medium?
Believe it or not, I progressed to gallery artwork, and then from the skills that I obtained from getting into the art gallery, I just give back to the community that started it all, which was my comic books.
Okay, and is this your first time doing a con, or have you usually at the con?
I want to say, honestly, this is about my 3rd year doing a con, but 2nd year doing AwesomeCon, and it's one of my favorites.
So it's been treating you well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I suggest this from all people, all walks of life, and all across the United States and abroad to come to this event.
Okay, so what's your favorite piece you got up here right now?
To be honest with you, I would have to say it's a cross between the Venom that I have to your right and the Jessica I have to your left. A lot of times with my originals, these are originals, they have a 2-part feature. If you give me a minute, I can show you what they have, like an accent of black light. So you'll see it right now in daylight, and then if I take a black light to it, it gives it a whole nother look to it. And the reason I do this is that way anybody that buys the original, it's really hard to get bored of your piece, you know, just from seeing it every day. Because if you use a black light, it completely changes the ambience of it altogether.
Okay. Now, if I understand correctly, you paint things one time and then that's it?
You're absolutely right. I only do it once. I want the customer to feel like they're the only one with it. So with that being said, I'll do a print for myself. But as far as the original is concerned, I never do it twice. I never paint anything twice.
That is dope. That is really, really dope. Alright, so look, here's what I want you to do. Let everybody at home know where they can find all this fantastic artwork and where they can find you at online. Okay,
if you come down to Artist Alley, I'm here. I think it's J10 is what I am. But if not, any one of the Artist Alley aisleways, you'll find me somewhere. You know what I mean? If you walk around. As far as online, I have a digital store, which is auditorium.portfoliobox.net. You can find me there. Auditorium1 on Instagram, and Auditorium Airbrush Art on Facebook.
All right, man. Look, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Y'all make sure y'all check this guy's stuff out.
Thank you.
I got more stuff to do. I'm out.
That was awesome.
Loading snacks.
Welcome back, snackers and snackettes. It is time for us to talk about E3.
E3.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Specifically Nintendo, our Nintendo predictions.
This is like our video game people Super Bowl.
This is it.
Yeah, it's it.
This
E3.
is it. This is the big game.
Like lock it down. Don't call me. Don't talk to me.
Leave me be.
Leave me be. I need to watch these conferences and absorb all this in.
And
I'm looking forward to it. Let's go.
There is some fire coming. So, Jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this your first time doing predictions for E3 with us?
I think it is actually.
Ever.
I remember him watching him last year with us, but I can't remember him doing predictions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Either way, okay. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay, we're gonna start with you.
Cool.
Talk to us.
So, Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Wow us.
Yeah. So, let's do the ones that we know. Well, we think that know that are coming. So
we think that know that are coming.
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Yeah,
that makes no sense, but whatever. It makes sense.
Make it make sense. So I say a name, then it makes sense. So
okay, go for it.
Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Now we saw the preview. You know, logo, eyes, Splatoon, whatnot, ever, but we still don't know exactly what that actually looks like.
Right.
What I'm hoping is that this is something new, and it's not just Super Smash Brothers port. Like, this is the extra version that, hey, we're just going to include some guys from Splatoon in here.
Okay.
That's honestly one of the main reasons why I have my Switch, because I'm waiting for Smash Brothers, as usual. Next on, which I think will be probably the big one, and I know a lot of people that you two probably could give two craps about.
Pokemon.
It's Pokemon for the Switch.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I want to know truly what this is going to look like. If this is going to be like a 3DS version game type of thing, but on a Switch, of course, probably could do a little bit more with it. Or if this is going to be a completely brand new type of scenario. Now, one thing I would like to see, remember Pokemon Stadium back in the day came out on N64? Right. Something like that would be pretty cool to see happen again.
Okay.
Now, granted, you know, we can take out our 3DSs, we can battle each other, but there was a different element that Stadium offered that necessarily you didn't get that when you're playing, like, on that time, a Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, whatever it was at the time.
Right.
Now, could be completely wrong, and it could be, hey, some type of another battle game. I hope it's not another Pokken Tournament. I like Pokken Tournament, but I don't necessarily need Pokken Tournament 2 right now. Like, I don't really want that.
Okay.
I think this is going to be something, I think it's going to be different.
Okay.
I think they want to separate this from the 3DS. Now, granted, they haven't said anything about killing the 3DS, but with the Switch being
they're not
portable and all that.
Anytime soon.
Nope.
They're not touching the 3DS anytime soon. Like, they're not going to get rid of that. Like, they just had an investor call not that long ago, and they were basically like, as long as people still are buying it, because they have games slated to come out for the 3DS.
I was saying they're gonna have a whole 3DS segment this year on their thing, like all the games coming out for the 3DS.
Because the thing about it is, and one of the things they said was, right now the Switch is not at a price point where we feel like families are ready to buy it and give one to all of their kids. Right. But the 3DS is at that place where people are buying multiple ones for their house. All the kids have one, that kind of thing. And until the Switch gets to that place, they not. Yeah, they're gonna keep support. They're gonna keep pushing it as long as people keep buying. You said it before.
You can't stop Nintendo's handheld game.
Right.
Like those things.
If they put out a Pokemon this year and it's on 3DS, you gonna buy it.
Oh, I am.
Right.
There you go.
I am.
Right.
I am. Most definitely.
That's it.
That's it. No, you're right.
Okay. What else you got?
Two other pieces. So, one game that I really truly love, and I would like to see something new from it. Star Fox.
Okay.
I don't think we've seen Star Fox now since they did the re-release per se of the original game on what was it? They do that on the
they did Star Fox Zero on Wii U.
But
it's been a while.
Yeah, we got Star Fox 2 on the classic SNES classic.
Now, question: would you want something like a flight simulator like it once was? Or how they went back on the GameCube and did like a third-person adventure joint?
I actually like that. And I actually enjoyed that. Now, great, I know a lot of people.
From you, sir.
You seriously? You just want to do a barrel roll. You just want to get in, fire.
Now, is there a combination where
Star
both
Fox
work?
is not. Star Fox is about flight. That's like telling me that you're gonna make a game that's like you're gonna make Afterburner, but you're gonna take the pilot out of the plane and put him on the ground, have him run around chasing dinosaurs. That's enough of this. Let's not do this. You continue, sir.
Get ready.
Continue. Sir. What is it, space area? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? All right. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Last thing. Talking about some of the other third parties maybe coming to. Now, I did see something which, of course, we know how this goes. Somebody was in a GameStop and they had, you know, like a Nintendo Switch section that had like game cases and stuff, like, you know, they try to have their placeholder stuff.
Yeah.
There was now in the section, now who knows, could have just been completely out of place, but there were Black Ops 4 cases in the section. Now, the only thing was, I was like, man, they probably just had them sitting there in a section, but they weren't in normal like Xbox or PlayStation style cases. They were actually in Switch style cases. Now, it would be interesting to see something like a Black Call of Duty on the Switch.
I don't think there's any way in the world that Call of Duty doesn't end up on Switch this year.
I would just say, what does it look like? Like
garbage.
You think garbage? I agree with you.
No, I don't think it's gonna look like garbage.
I don't either. I was just being. Yeah.
My thing, I think maybe that's where we'll see, because they talked about, is this the time for Call of Duty to go away from having the single player and just doing the multiplayer? Maybe that's where we just see like the single player style on the Switch.
I mean, look, you got to remember that Switch is gonna have their online.
They're gonna have their online. No, most definitely.
By the time Call of Duty comes, so that'll probably be garbage. But I mean, look, Splatoon works, so.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. Okay. All right, bro. What you got?
Alright, so Nintendo. First off, I think that they're going to announce new Labo stuff. Now, what just came out, it's a big push for them. They're selling cardboard. I guess it's doing well for them. So they're going to show new cool things you can do with Labo. Alright, so they're going to show that.
He's so disappointed.
He does. He does. And it's going to come out close to the holiday, and they're going to sell cardboard to everybody and make a bunch of money.
I buy some stuff, but I'm not buying Labo.
I have it.
You have it?
Yes. And I'm going to let you play with it.
Hold on, dog. I got to fix your collar. Got to pop your collar right. You can't just be...
I can't see...
Can't be... Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Listen.
Appreciate it.
Can't have you shutting my man down with your collar. Thank
you. See?
Yeah.
That's fam right there.
That is. That's yeah.
All right, so two. I think we're going to see new Joy-Con colors.
Pop right back up. It's cool. It's cool.
You can rock. It's going to annoy the hell out of me.
I know it is. I know it is.
All right, so let's get through this. We're going to see new Joy-Con colors.
Okay, no doubt.
All right, hopefully we get a purple and green.
What is next colors?
Hopefully. I'm looking for it. But point is, we're getting new Joy-Con colors.
Okay.
Know that. All right, to piggyback off what you did with Smash Brothers, right? I think we are getting it. I do not think it's going to be a new one just yet. I think it'll be kind of how they're doing with pulling Wii U stuff over, adding all the DLC, but I believe they'll add in a couple extra characters like we saw with the Splatoon kind of announcement, and maybe, who knows, whatever else. Going
new stages?
Yeah, a new stage or two. Just a couple of new things to get that audience, you know what I'm saying, to go out there and purchase this new one.
To give it the full experience per se.
That too, and I think it's going to come out the same time as their online goes live. That's what I'm looking. I'm thinking.
I definitely think that's happening. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Okay.
All right.
So September.
Also, I'm with you on Pokemon for the Switch. I may not be a Pokemon fan, but I think a Pokemon Switch is coming. I think they're going to announce it. I don't think it's going to be two games like how they got Moon and Sun, Red and Blue.
It'll just be one.
It'll just be Pokemon for the Switch, and that's it. It'll make the Pokemon community happy and excited. I think we get a Bayonetta 3 release date and trailer.
Okay.
I think we get an actual, not just announcement, just release date, trailer. We get it coming out this year.
Okay.
I'm going to say this year.
Okay.
This year.
Yes, this year we get it. Hopefully, probably holidays. I don't think they have anything else big coming out.
I was going to say before or after online goes live. So after. Yeah. Like
I personally think of holiday is like
Christmas.
Like September on. You know what I mean? Like September on is holiday. So I think it'll be a holiday release for them. Also, I think we're gonna keep seeing Wii U titles, like stuff that was big. How we've been seeing.
Oh, okay.
Just being ported over.
Yeah, just more of that stuff that was big, that didn't hit as well.
So, I mean, they've gone.
Well, they just did Bayonetta. Bayonetta 1 and 2. The big one I can think of left, let me know if I'm wrong, is Xeno Saga that came out.
Okay.
But that was like a big Christmas title. Big title for them that, because it was on Wii U, just got missed. That was a great title. I think that should be ported over too. Then we get a Metroid Prime trailer and release window.
I kind of a window. Okay.
4, yeah. Not... If I'm gonna be completely honest, I think it will hit by end of March of next year. So what? End of fiscal year.
Okay.
Like So
it'll be this fiscal year.
I think this fiscal year, but I don't have it coming out
this actual year.
Yeah, because look, they already blew their load.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, they already blew their load with Zelda last year and Mario. First half, second half. You know what I mean? Like, this is their third big joint. You know what I mean? Something to help push Switch this year. As much as I want to say, yeah, it'll be out this holiday. I don't have faith in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, inside of March.
Because when they showed the trailer, that little teaser thing, it literally was just Metroid 4 in development. That's all.
It was just
a title.
It was just a title screen. That's all it was.
The real title screen. It was just
a title screen. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So they're just that. Checking my list. Bop. Yes. Last but not least, Fallout 4 for the Switch.
Oh.
Okay.
Then we'll get Fallout 4 for the Switch. We got Skyrim, big title. If they can put Wolfenstein on it, coming out in June, right? Why not Fallout?
I'm with that.
Why not Fallout? So those are my predictions for Nintendo.
How come you didn't say it was going to be an ARMS 2? So listen.
You just answer your own question.
I mean, it seems to be doing well. They keep adding stuff for it.
Look, you know what? All right, we'll get a character or two. Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
ARMS characters in Smash Brothers?
Probably.
You know what? And honestly, when I first thought of that, dead serious, that was what I thought.
Yeah.
As far as like new characters coming, that was one of the characters I thought of, ARMS character. Cool. Kudos.
All right, so check this out.
All right.
Rumors hit.
Rumors.
Look at all these rumors. So the rumor right now is that the game that Retro is working on right now is Star Fox Racing. Star Fox Grand Prix.
There's not gonna be some trash.
Wait,
F-Zero.
It's gonna be a combination of F-Zero.
There we go.
And Diddy Kong Racing.
No.
Okay, I like Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing is actually kind of dope, right? And the idea is supposed to be because they had like boss fights, stuff like that in Diddy Kong or whatever, right? So, look, in terms of doing something different, I don't look. If you can do the tanks, you know what I mean. You can have the R-wings, all that kind of stuff.
Full barrel roll.
It's not for me. It's not for me. But that's the rumor. I think it's real. I think it's real, straight up. I would much rather them just do a straight F-Zero, but whatever. It's not for me.
Okay.
Anyway, let's talk about Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers. I think Smash Brothers is going to be a new game. Here's why. It just feels slightly disingenuous to go through the drama of having the trailer that they did have with the Splatoon, with the number all in the eye or whatever, and then announce it, and then go through the bother of having, like, you see like Mario and Link. Link is in his new getup from the new game, and then all of these silhouettes. You know what I'm saying? All these other characters are just the silhouettes. Why bother doing that? Like, that means you're putting a bunch of new characters in. Even if it's 5 characters, like, that's a lot to add into a game that already exists. Can it be done? Absolutely. Because technically, the Smash Brothers that was on 3DS and the Smash Brothers that was on Wii U are 2 different games. They did have different modes and things like that. What I think this is something along those lines. I think there's Smash 3DS, there's Smash Wii U, and there's going to be Smash Switch.
Which is a combination of both. Right?
Yeah, it's a combination of both of those things, but with other things added on. So you're kind of right, and I think you're kind of right. But I think technically they're going to look at it like it's a different game. The same way the 3DS version and the Wii U version are technically different games. That's what I think. Now, along with that, here's what I think is happening. I think there will be at least one Minecraft character that is playable in Smash Brothers. I think Microsoft and Nintendo, I think it's time, right? Minecraft is one of the biggest games there is, period. It is super big on the Switch, right? And it's got cross-platform play. So let me get one of them little zombie creatures. Let me, let me get, throw me one of them Minecraft blocky looking dudes with a Minecraft pickaxe to chuck at people. You know what I'm saying? Here's the other thing I think might be.
Let's just break the internet and do it Funimation his ass and put Goku in it.
I already was going to say Goku. You already knew I was going to say Goku. I said that once before.
But look, do you understand how many copies you're going to sell if Goku is in it?
There's no way around it.
Let's just be real.
And it's possible.
It is.
just because Bandai Namco are working on games for them. And,
yep.
But I think we are going to see either Rabbids or Minions. Maybe
Rabbids.
Rabbids. Well, look, it could certainly be Rabbids, right? Because obviously they have that relationship with Ubisoft, right?
Yeah. But
at the same time, the same animation studio that does Minions is the ones that are doing a new Mario movie.
Sam Fisher, that joint.
Hey, look, Sam Fisher could be in it because Snake was in it.
Exactly.
Sure
So Sam Fisher could be in it.
That's fun. We're gonna get all this little Splinter Cell stuff thrown all over the place.
That's where I'm on that. Now, here's where I am on Labo. I think we're definitely gonna see new Toy Cons, right, for the holiday. But I think it's gonna be time for them to push beyond just what Labo is by itself and start to incorporate the properties that they already have
into the game
with Labo. So I think Animal Crossing, with like the house, with the building and stuff like that.
That's a great one. That's a great one,
right?
Yeah.
So Animal Crossing, Labo, some kind of connection thing. Yeah. I also think, just walk with me now. Oh, also possibly Pikmin.
Okay.
Pikmin. Okay. I haven't heard in a while now.
Yeah.
I think that the new Pokemon game will incorporate Labo in some way in terms of catching Pokemon.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be real.
Straight up.
If they add Labo support in Pokemon for the Switch, they're gonna sell them Jones off the shelf.
Bro, I can't throw my controller now.
Nah, no, but you could use it to like, you could build something and you could use it to like fling the Pokeball or something like that. At it. Like, listen, for the things that they've managed to come up with
for it,
using Labo, making pianos and robots and strings and all of that, like, I'm not putting it past them. To me, when you have something like this, one of the things that issues they had with the Wii U was not giving you a great reason to actually own a Wii U that used that screen, right? But they are trying to give you great reasons to own the Switch outside of its portability. They are trying to show you, look at all the things that the Joy-Cons can do. And I think that that's one of the things we're going to see showcased.
I think Labo is showing the best case of that. Like, come on, fishing rods, building a house, remote control cars.
Yeah, listen, motorcycles, sight bike, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Hey, you can put a backpack on and walk through a city and punch down buildings as a robot.
It's real. So that's what I think is happening.
It sounds crazy, but
does. But it's a thing that's real, and
it's showcasing what the the best case of showing what these new Joy-Cons can do as opposed to the old ones.
Right now, what's happening with, to me, the Joy-Cons and Labo is what happened with the Wii U remotes and Wii Sports. It is the best way to showcase how these things can be used in other ways besides just being a controller. And I think one of the best ways they can do that is to begin to use all of these great licenses that are only Nintendo IPs and start incorporating them into something like that. It just makes sense. So that's where I'm at.
Same reason why you're going to buy the Amiibos.
Right.
Like, Amiibo for the game, you're going to get the Labo for the game now.
Speaking of which.
You saw the segue, right?
Actually, before I go there, I am going to go there. Super Mario Odyssey DLC. We're going to see it.
I forgot about that. But you're right. I forgot about that. Okay.
Mario Odyssey DLC. I think we're going to get a new Mario Party. And I think it's going to be called New Super Mario Party.
Hey, look.
For the Switch. It's perfect. You got multiple controllers. You could put, hook them joints up and play anywhere.
You don't understand how much that excites my life.
I know.
I get a new Mario Party.
New Mario Party.
Well, I'm a Mario Party fanatic. Back when it was good. Back when it was good.
Yeah, exactly. It's time.
Back when it was
That's
good.
That's why New Super Mario Party instead of just Mario Party.
Gotcha. Okay. We make that Bowser self.
We will get Metroid Prime 4 gameplay. Okay. I don't know if we're gonna get a release date, whatever, but I feel you on that. But we're gonna get gameplay. They have to get it. Amiibo. Alright, look. Let's get ready to get into some things. Okay. Here's what I think is gonna happen. This is my straight up prediction, long shot, but
you're going for it. Hail Mary.
But listen, but you're gonna want to catch this. This is a touchdown. They just gotta do it. Okay, walk with me.
Ready for it.
Okay, here we go.
Waiting.
There will be a new app for iOS and/or Android. Okay. That will be for digital Amiibo. It will allow you to take Amiibo you already have use the NFC chip that's in your phone already and tap it and store that information in your phone so that you can use your phone to tap for using Amiibo support with your Switch, because your Switch is meant to be on the go and you're not packing and taking all your Amiibo with you. So you will be able to download Amiibo, pay them a fee, download Amiibo that gives you the ability, the flexibility, whatever, of having those Amiibo and getting the things that they do in game into this app on your phone. And you'll be able to take Amiibo you already have and store the information from their chips into it so that it can do the same thing when you take your phone and you tap your phone to your Switch. Or your Switch, the infrared port or something like that on the Switch, on the Joy-Con, will be able to read the QR code. Like, it'll make a QR code for it and it'll be able to scan and read the QR code so you can use Amiibo support on the go. Because they got to do something with that. Right now they could do cards or something like that. They've done NFC cards or whatever before. They had the e-reader thing, what have you, so they could do something like that, but I feel like that's too much. Nintendo getting into the app game, you know what I mean? They've been purchasing companies or getting into cahoots with companies that do apps and things like that. DNA, they keep talking about what they're going to do with it and putting out games. They're talking about doing different stuff like that. I think this is the next step, that there needs to be a way for you to be able to use your Amiibo on the go. And I think that's the way they do it.
That's
where I'm at.
That just made complete sense.
Can I ask a question?
Ask a question.
Okay. So, you take your current Amiibos you have.
Sure.
Place them on your phone.
Right.
It stores that information on the go. You can use that information and you can have them stored in there so you don't have to take all of these Amiibos.
Correct.
On the go for it. And they'll have its own original Amiibos.
That you can download. Like, they will begin to start doing.
Download for a price.
Right.
That you can download and use on the go. You won't have the physical copy, but you can just download information.
Correct.
And use on the go.
Correct.
Okay.
So that you can get that functionality that is supplied by just that.
As much as I do think that is a great idea, Nintendo's not that goddamn smart.
Listen.
Oh, wow.
Listen. Here's no. I feel you to an extent. You say that, but then like you think about the amount of money that they make just in the sales of Amiibo anyway. For people who don't even use them, they just collecting them. Right?
I got all the Mario Odyssey joints. Ain't taking them on the pack yet.
I know.
Yeah.
That's cool. Right? They got your money.
Yeah. They did.
They got your money. Right? So for all of the things that Nintendo was learning to do as they begin to get into this new world, like, the thing about it is, even with having the 3DS, right? They had that little attachment you could have that you could attach to it so you could use your Amiibo or whatever, right? That doesn't really do you a whole lot of good on the go unless you're going to pack and take all these Amiibo. And it's getting to the point now where there are so many Amiibo,
There's just
right?
no way.
You can't do it everything. Now, if they're going to do Smash, and like with Smash, they put out so many Amiibo,
and they're
right?
going to do it again.
And they're going to do it again. They're going to do it again. So think about it. If you buy the physical version of the Amiibo, and then you can take that, boop, drop that joint in the app that lets you take everything with it.
Get into an Amiibo app.
Right. Or you just download it. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to download this Amiibo.
You physically have it, you scan it.
And it's stored.
And also, just like how your Amiibos are, it's registered to you.
Right.
People can't copy it, so it's not like you can go borrow your friend's Joan to scan it. You buy it, you scan it, or you download it and scan it.
Right.
Build up your library. Saw something you want, you can download it and scan it.
Maybe they do like a digital...
I feel like, yeah.
A digital copy.
It could be something that is specifically in, because it's already talking about the new, like the Nintendo app, you know, or whatever for chat and all that kind of stuff or whatever, which you can't even really do, right? So there needs to be some kind of functionality and flexibility with it, right? And they keep talking about stuff they're going to do with phones, with iOS and Android. Now, they've been putting their stuff out generally on iOS first, and then it's coming over to Android. Android has the more robust NFC use. Apple can do it. You got to be in certain versions of Apple. You got to be 7, 8, and X in order to really get that functionality. And they have not opened that functionality up really on the Apple side as far as being able to read and write to them. But if there's going to be a push for it, that's where it's coming from. The best use case scenario, NFC was basically dead until Amiibos really hit. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, they use it for tickets, you know, for people buying tickets and doing stuff like that. Like, there are tons of places where that stuff started to happen and hit, and that's what kept it alive, right? But part of what also kept it alive was stuff like Amiibo. Period. Yeah. Because nobody even thought about NFC, really, until Amiibo really became a thing. And it became a thing.
Oh yeah.
Right. So to me, the next evolution of that, or being able to make that into a thing, is this is what you do. Maybe they don't, but boy, if they do,
I'm with you.
Boy, look, if we do, if we do, somebody get with me. Let's make this app. You know what I mean? I understand.
That type of app will be fire.
Nintendo would be afraid of people messing with it or being able to do things to it or whatever. They got to figure that out. I'm simply saying one of the things that they could do that could net them ridiculous money and would work and would help push people to their own app is to actually make. You need a way to do your amiibos on the go.
Makes sense to me.
That's what the Switch is all about.
Makes sense to me. Hopefully they do it. I don't think they are, but I'm behind you.
Hey, look. That's why I say Hail Mary.
Hey.
Oh, well. All we can do. E3.
All right. All right, so that's what we thought about Nintendo and E3.
Yep.
You guys let us know what you think in the comments. Are we right? Do we even have a shot?
Are we close? Right, or we just way off the cliff on these?
For sure. For sure, which is okay. Look, hit the ding-a-ding bell so that every time we upload a new video, you're aware and you can watch and you can let us know.
Absolutely.
Stay abreast of what's going on.
Absolutely.
This guy right here, NuJoker 89. That's where you can find him. This guy right here, Sincere 619. All them 9s at the end. I don't have a 9 at the end of mine. I'm Empty Shells.
Yep.
But you can follow us all at Loading Snacks. That's the easiest way to find us.
Absolutely.
Hey, look, make sure you hit us up on Facebook too. With that, we're out. Toodles and Loos.